Hello everyone, we are Team Quad 11 and today we are excited to introduce RECOVERA, an autonomous SLA entitlement recovery agent built for the modern B2B ecosystem. Every modern enterprise runs on software as a service or SaaS and cloud infrastructure. These critical business relationships are governed by service level agreements or SLAs. If a vendor fails to meet their promised uptime, say dropping below 99.9% availability, the customer is contractually entitled to service credits. But here's the reality: millions of rupees in eligible SLA credits go completely unrecovered every year. Why? Because tracking breaches is incredibly painful. The SLA clauses are buried inside PDF contracts. These performance data sits in monitoring tools. Outage logs are hidden in Jira or ticketing platforms. Internal communications live in email and billing records live in ERP system. For a business to recover a single credit, a human analyst has to manually check, verify, and piece together all of this disconnected evidence. It's a tedious, fragmented workflow, and because of tight contractual deadlines, most companies just let the money slip away. This is the exact B2B pain point RECOVERA solves. RECOVERA isn't just a complete simple chatbot or a linear automation script. It is a goal-driven autonomous agent designed specifically for FinOps and vendor management. When assigned a goal, such as determine if vendor X owes a service credit for June month, RECOVERA executes a dynamic multi-step agentic loop. It will observe, it constantly monitors performance events and ingested contracts. It will build a hypothesis. It flags potential SLA drops and forms a testable breach hypothesis. And it will then form a plan. It reasons through the contract to figure out exactly what evidence it needs to prove the breach. Then it will investigate. It dynamically calls external tools to gather metrics, communication records, and financial context. Crucially, RECOVERA excels at handling ambiguity and failure. If one monitoring tool reports 99.97% uptime, but another reports 99.91%, the urgent doesn't break down or guess. It cross checks the contract's authoritative definition, surfaces the conflict, and evaluate exclusions like planned maintenance windows. If a tool fails or evidence is missing, it dynamically adapts its plan to find alternative fallback verification paths. Then, moving forward, to make the reasoning a reality, our technical architecture is built to be highly modular and fail tolerant. At the core, it's our agent orchestrator, managing the central case state and the evidence graph that strictly links every claim to the source code. To fulfill a hackathon's requirements, we have integrated five distinct external data layers and APIs into the agent's reasoning loop: a synthetic contract repository via REG to extract uptime tiers and formulas, a simulated monitoring API to pull live availability data, a Jira style incident API to reconstruct outage timelines, a mock ERP to check original invoice values and ensure credits weren't already applied, and finally, a controlled email sandbox to inspect vendor maintenance notices. Every single tool, call, and internal decision is appended to an immutable audit store, ensuring absolute enterprise compliance and transparency. Then, finally, before because Recover handles financial and external facing business claims, our human in loop design is a strict mandatory control gate. The agent operates automatically to investigate, compute credit values, and build an ironclad case, but it cannot take external action without human review. The dashboard represents the human reviewer with the exact contract clause side by side with the supporting evidence. The human has total control approved by the claim, edit the constraints, request deeper evidence, or reject it entirely. Looking ahead to our phase 2 technical execution, we have laid out a strict 14-day engineering plan, which will feature week 1, focusing on setting up our core architecture, vector database, and mock API environments. Week 2 will be dedicated to perfecting agents' orchestral loops, building the evidence graph logic, and polishing the final user interface. Finally, to wrap things up, we wanted to share a bit about how we found out about Nexora 1.0. We are from NSB Green University, and we have been working with the Hackathon Hub in a couple of events. And most hackathons focus on basic LLM wrappers or chatbots. In NeuroX 1.0, we have seen it is pushing the boundary toward true agency, software that actually reasons, acts, and solve complex, high-value B2B operational problems. It's exactly the kind of environment we wanted to challenge ourselves. So, as a final point, Recovera doesn't just read a contract. It investigates what happened, proves the value, and protects an organization's bottom line. Thank you to the Hackathon Hub of NSBM and Q Growth for hosting this event. We look forward to bringing Recovera to life in phase 2. Thank you.